So that Vincent no come back, Abi.
Hello and happy new year. How are you guys doing? We've missed you so much, and I'm happy to see everyone to be part of this show again, to be part of this wonderful new year. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and a lovely new year. Anyway, today I have my amazing guests again with me to discuss the topic. And the topic we're going to be talking today is also single parenthood, because we realized we couldn't finish it last year, which was the first episode, and we're going to go over it over the next few weeks. So I've got a wide array of guests to talk about this topic today and hopefully over the next coming weeks. And as usual on this show, I'll be bringing them, as you know, we always do ladies first. So with me today, I've got our mama in the house, Katie. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Happy New Year, everyone, and good to be back.
Yes, nice to see you in the building. Again, I'll be bringing in our special guest. We've got a very fantastic special guest today. She is, one important person within the African diaspora in Glasgow. So I would bring her on. She is Faye. She's always making people look good. So, Faye, unmute yourself. Unmute your mic.
Oh, yeah. I finally got a hang of it. Hi, everyone.
Faye hello, Faye. You're looking
So nice.
gorgeous.
So
Thank
nice
you for always
to be
making
with
us
you
look
all.
beautiful here, and happy to have you on board. I'll
Oh.
quickly introduce our Geo. Our Geo in the building is here as well. Mr. Muyenge, how you doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Okay, so without wasting too much time today, we're just going to go straight to, ask what will happen today, because I want this show to be compressed a little bit, shorter than normal, hopefully. Normally we go through the greetings on Facebook and, on live via YouTube and every other platform that will be streaming this. But instead of reading those greetings out, I'll just be flashing them. So please, we might not be able to read your greetings today, but I will flash them as the guests are talking. So hopefully you would appreciate that. It's just for us to be able to shorten the time, because I think Faye is running on a busy schedule at the moment. So, and I've also got a wonderful friend of mine, a brother, a very close confidant in the person of, he said lockdown has caught the first part of the name. So I'll just call him Miyaki. Let's welcome Miyaki on. Let's welcome Miyaki. Miyaki, how you doing? Go there, Diaz.
Happy New Year, everybody in the house.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How's it going?
What a beautiful face. I'm cool.
Okay, so as you all know, the topic is all about single parenthood, and we're talking about the causes, what leads to these things. Do you get to know about it before it happens, or does it just happen suddenly? Obviously, it takes two to have a child, but at the end of the day, if one person is raising this child or children, what are the effects, what are the causes, and how do you prevent it if it is possible to prevent? I just want the guests to take away whatever experience they've had or whatever knowledge or whatever, they can share. So don't worry too much about the topic. Don't worry too much. Just feel free to take your own, to make it your own, and tell us your own experience, or if it's somebody's experience, if it is your friend's experience, or if you are a product of it, whatever it is that you can share knowledge and to inspire others. This program is aimed at the younger generation so that they don't follow the same mistakes, they don't follow the same path, or they don't fall into things, just for them to be able to identify and correct things. So guests, please, please, please don't focus too much on what to say. Just take your own part of the program, I mean of the topic, and make it yours. So again, we'll start with our special guest because I know some of you have limited time. So I'll start with Faye. Faye, single parenthood. What does it mean? What do you know about it? What have you experienced? What do you know that someone has experienced? How do we what are the causes, especially, if there is causes, what are the causes, so that our listeners can learn and understand from these things. And as you guys are talking, as I said, I'll start flashing the greetings and comments from Facebook and YouTube. And if there's any comment that jumps at me, I will stop you so that we can read that comment and talk about it. Faye, take it away.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes.
I can't see anyone anymore except myself.
Yeah.
I like seeing everybody's beautiful face.
Yeah.
Right. Single parenthood. Wow. Thank you, Olumide, for bringing this topic up. And I'm sure a lot of people would want to discuss this topic. First of all, nobody in their right senses is going to wake up someday and say, I'm just going to be a single parent. Nobody. Being a single parent happens as a result of circumstance. Some circumstance unforeseen, some circumstance you see them, but you blindly go into it anyway, hoping things will change. And some circumstance is just unavoidable. Like I said, unforeseen circumstance, some you see it, but you're out of desperation. Yeah, let me put it that way. And some are avoidable. Did I say, yeah, unavoidable? Sorry, not avoidable are the ones you see and you went into it. Okay, so let me break it down. Yeah, unforeseen. Yeah. Oh, okay, so
Go ahead.
unforeseen circumstance is a situation whereby you find yourself in a domestic violent relationship, or for some reasons, as a result of immigration rule, the other party was deported, or for some reason, the other party dies, you end up raising that child alone, or for some reason, you two are just not compatible. So these are unforeseen reasons because you never knew this person was going to be violent to you. You never knew immigration rule is going to affect the other person. You never knew the other person was going to die early. You never knew that the other person, what was the other thing I said? So you never, sorry?
Like immigration rules.
Yeah. I touched that. You never knew, they're going to pick up the other person. You never knew the other person was going to be violent towards you. You never knew the other person was going to, die early. So these are unforeseen circumstances. And you find yourself raising the child or the children alone. Foreseen circumstances are, you saw the red signal, you saw the warning signs, but you were hoping that things would change, or you were praying that things would change. So, and some is out of desperation. Some are like, oh, I'm getting old, I need to do this, even if it's half a man, even if it's half a woman, I need to settle. So these are, forcing circumstance. You knew from the start that this ain't gonna work, but you were hoping there's gonna be some miracle, some magic, and things are gonna go your way. So these are the foreseen circumstances, but you blindly and stupidly went into it. And we have unavoidable ones. Unavoidable ones are is part of, unforeseen as well, but you just got to the point whereby you just had to part ways. Um, the relationship can't go on. Maybe when the other party has been bad, they've been doing, criminal activities, and the government take them away, and they've been instructed not to come near you. So there's nothing you can do in that situation. This is unavoidable. It's either you go with that person and forget your children to the system. So these are the reasons why people find themselves raising a family all alone. So
Okay.
I'll leave the stage now for for the rest to contribute.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for, I love the way you've clarified it, the unforeseen and foreseen circumstances. I love that. I think I've seen one of the comments in the comment section, but I'll bring it up in a minute after every guest has said something. Please, there's somebody playing or watching a video. It's playing in the background. I don't know where it's coming from. We'll just let's try and switch off everything that maybe might be playing, maybe our TV or something. Okay.
Let's switch on the TV.
Okay. Kate, what have you got to say? Okay, Kate, before you talk, since Miyaki is back, I would like the special guest to quickly say one or two things. Miyaki,
Yeah.
single parenthood. What's your take on it?
Well, in my own thinking, I think it is diversified. I don't really think I want to say single person or single parent, in the sense of if a child or if a father is emotionally and financially supportive to the child that lives with the mother, I don't really see that as a single parenthood. I see a single parenthood when there is no emotional, financial, or any support to the mother while living alone with the child. That is what I call single parenthood, which is sometimes not by choice, because not everybody wants to live that way. It's not a choice, but sometimes you have to look at the um, positivity, because when anything happens in life, you just have to move on. You don't need to reflect and get regret. And you try to train the children. I think some of them become very, very super responsible because you're focused on one side. You have undivided attention. You're not looking at another side. You just focus yourself and the children. So there's always the positive side of it, and you don't feel dependent on others. When you're with them alone, and it's just you and them. And like my sister said, there's always a negative side, which is overloaded with work. In everything you do, there's a lot of work because you have everything. You're responsible for everything. So I think with this little brief, I'll pause for now.
Okay then. Okay. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that, especially for the new point that you raised there, because it's like you're seeing the good in the ugly. Whatever the situation you're trying to see, okay, there's a way we can work around it. That's brilliant. Let's take from Kate. Single
Hi
parenthood.
everyone, single parenthood, and it's good to have everyone back again. And just like what we said last week, we have touched most of the points. I think now we should focus more on how to, handle the situation if you're already in it, and how to keep the younger ones coming up, and how to keep them away from it if possible. So we'll just dive into it and we'll see what will come out of it. But everybody has touched almost all the parts.
Some one
What
point or the
causes
other. Okay.
it? Yeah. So
Okay, there's a few points on the comment section which I'll go into, but I'll let Mr. Muiwa.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Please put your mic close to your
Yeah, evening, everybody. Can you hear me now?
yeah, or
Yeah,
even without it. I think if you remove it, you're always fine without the mic. To be honest,
you
it's better like that.
hear me now? Can you hear
Yeah,
me now?
yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah. Single parenting, this is a topic we have started since last year. We started late last year, and I don't think we have even get to anywhere because I believe we should focus more on the causes because
Yeah,
that is where our viewers can learn more on it, on how to avoid it. Because
yeah,
when you look at single parenting, it is something that is very deep that leads to a lot of trauma, a lot of psychological problem that even some people it leads a lot of people. And it's not even only women, only ladies that fall into it. So there's a lot of guys there that they are the only one taking care of the children too. So we should focus more on what are the causes and how can we prevent, how can anybody, because I'm not in it, but I've got a lot of friends that are in it and I know what they're going through. I know what they're going through. Some of them are down there, they are half normal, half mental. Sometimes when you're talking with them, you see the way they were reasoning, they are offline. Before you now tap them back, they go back on it. Is that problem of separation, of single parenting? And you see, when you meet some ladies, you meet them, some of them go to the extent of being prostitute just to take care of the child. So it's a deep topic that we should try more, even all the guests, to talk about what are the causes of this problem and how can people that are not yet in it, how can they avoid it? All the young ones coming. Because it's a topic that is even affecting the Christian world. When you look at churches today, you see it's only the father, is only the woman taking care of everything. They don't even have life of their own because all their life is about their children. They are there in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. And when you go to the hospital today, psychotic hospital today, ask them what is the problem. They will tell you is because of disappointment and stuff like that. Can I take it? Something happened in London, I think 3-4 days ago. Something that I read inside the news that the woman she drowned her child. And when they look at the child, when they look at the woman, they say she's having a psychological problem. We don't know what led to that. There's someone that carried the pregnancy for 9 months, and the next thing you can think of is to drown that child, and the child is dead now. So we should concentrate more on what are the causes of this thing. How can it be prevented? Because once you are in it, and there's this kind of labeling that people label people that are single mother outside there, they look at them as they are not responsible. See, you are driving away her husband. Most of this is not something, according to Faye, what she said now. Most of them is not their fault. They can't control it. They just met themselves there, and there's nothing they can do. And the society look at everybody that see, he's the only one taking care of the 2 children. He's the only one taking care of the child. So please, let's concentrate on how can it be prevented?
Okay. Before we go into that again, I'm going to put up a comment that came on when Faye was talking, and I think it was as a response to one of the points that Faye mentioned. Faye, please unmute yourself. I think one of this topic is, this comment is a response to what you said. So I'll flash it up. But before I do that, please, I want our viewers to share this video, to share this link. Please start sharing it. And don't forget, there's a giveaway. There's giveaway, cash prize giveaway. So the more you share and the more you tag your friends, the more you are able to win the cash prize. So don't forget, start sharing this video and comment. Make sure you comment put in your own points, put in your own voice, and I will drop a link for you to be able to join us. I want I'll be picking 3 people from the audience to join us today to share into this topic as well. So, Faye, if you read this is coming from Helen. Helen says more and more women choosing to be single parents when they are hitting 40. When they are hitting 40, A successful woman in her right sense, I think that was, you said nobody in her right sense, in his or her right sense, will choose single parenthood. But now she's saying a successful woman in her right sense. However, there's a clause ahead. She said hitting 40. So, and you already said anybody in the right sense. So, hitting 40, is it resetting the sense? May not have a partner but decide to have a baby by IVF and raise the baby alone. So take it away, Faye.
Helen, thank you so very much. I like this topic that you have raised, Helen. And that is when the biological clock start ticking, then you start thinking to yourself, am I just going to come like that and go like that? Like you said, some people choose to raise that child alone. Like I've said earlier, some reasons are unforeseen, some are foreseen, and some are unavoidable. Like it happened. You just find yourself doing it. So, and I think what Helena has said falls under the unavoidable category. You're getting old, and you just don't want to go like that. You wanna, you know, you
Have a
want to
child.
have children. You want your lineage to continue. Um, yeah, I don't know the percentage of how many people are doing this, but I know some people are doing it. And this happened as a result of they choose to do it. That is their choice. And they cannot blame anybody because in this case, there's probably no father figure in the picture. This is what they choose to do. So you cannot blame another human being for burdening you with the responsibility of these little people or of this human being because it's a choice you made. So I'm not going to condemn anyone for choosing to have children when the biological clock is ticking. So we have quite a number of people choosing to go down that way. And you hardly hear those people moan because there is no other person that they can moan about. That's just them. That's their decision. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for clarifying that. I think somebody also has a point raised at Yaki. So she said, coded Yans, you're right. It's not living with one's parent, but emotional and financial support and love. Okay. I know we're trying to look at the causes, Muiwa's advice that we'll try and look at the causes of these things and we'll go into that. But I want you to respond, Miyaki. I want you to explain more when you say it's about the support, it's about the love and the financial support that this dad who is living in point A is giving to the mom and the children living in point B. And you're saying that's still not single parenting. So I want you to explain more on that, please.
Okay. Because single parenting in the, should I say, the developed world is a
In the
particular,
diaspora.
in the diaspora, is a particular way of living, whereby if at the end of the day, everybody has got their right to change. And what is constant in this world is change.
Okay.
So if in a relationship, you can be married for 15 years, you can be married for 19 years, your child could be 17 years, and all of a sudden, the woman feels like, I don't love you anymore, or you're not in code. You've got no right in this side of the world to shout. Everybody just goes their way, man. You get me? So when you go your way, it doesn't mean the children go their way.
Okay, sorry, Miyaki, because one of the great things about this show is we have a very diverse audience. We have an audience in the diaspora in UK, America. I think the other day somebody called in from Sweden, and we also have audience in Africa, in Ghana and Nigeria. So that's quite a very diverse audience. What
Yeah.
you made mention of something that I understand. Somebody among the guests also laughed. You said you have no right to shout when your wife says or your husband says we're no more in love. You
Of
can't
course,
shout.
of course.
Please, when you're using these terms, please just explain a little bit. What do you mean by you can't shout? So that the audience that are not in this part of the world understands, so that they don't just take it lightly.
Well, everything in this side of the world at the end of the day is still the best interest of the child. That is why I said emotional, financial, and love goes with single parenthood. If at the end of the day, the man and the woman does not wish to be together and they've got 3 children, oh, but you not get you, the man not get, and you not get who give you power now. There's no power, man. You just gotta let go and live your life and move on and just take it as the way it is. It's the diaspora where you come from. It's not like that.
Okay, what you're saying is if this example is from the woman now, if the woman decides okay she wants to go, you as the guy, get power. You can't say no. Is that what you're saying?
It go both ways. If the man said he wants to go, the
Go
woman
as
is
well.
also suffering too with the children.
Okay, so it's all about the children here.
The children, the best interest of the children. That's what I'm focusing on. That's why.
Okay, whereas in some other societies, when the man or the woman says they want to go, the other person can fight a little bit. Can try
Well,
and
according to in the other republic, the Banana Republic, according to Mr. Bush, when he said Banana Republic, that's why they don't have democracy. In the Banana Republic, we know that normally the woman answers the name of the man, and indirectly you become like one family. When the developed world, not just name now, what be name. There's nothing about that. If you don't want it after 25 years, you don't want it, and everybody goes their own way, and it's a free world. And you're just friends. If you feel like being friends, you can still have your children, and everybody goes on. You don't have to go to elders and begin to go to Kola North and those stuff.
Okay. So it's done. It's just done easily, sharply.
Simplicity.
Olumide,
Simplicity. You don't want it. You don't want it.
Olumide,
You don't want it. You don't want it. Okay. That's fine. I think we've also got some comments coming in from from Facebook and YouTube. I'll start putting them on. But before we go into that, now can we look at the causes? Can we talk about what leads to this separation? So assuming it's marriage, or assuming it's cohabitation, or assuming it's partnership, both of you have been together for a while, but then you've had children and you decide to separate. What causes this? What makes people? What are the examples of separation? Kate, you've been quiet for a while.
I was waiting that you call Ogama Yowa. Did you forget last week that somebody was asking
No,
Ogama
Grandma
Yowa
Ewa
to talk?
Grandma Ewa is.
He knows
I know
God.
his blood is already boiling. I think he doesn't want to accept that Miyake's definition of
no,
it. But,
I
but
disagree.
let's leave my wife first. I want him to always calm down.
Okay. Causes of separation, causes of single parenthood. There are lots and lots of causes. In situation whereby you get married and along the line and the love is no longer there, you find yourself in a situation of always quarreling, fighting, or in most cases the guy always cheating on the lady and stuff like that. That's that is a big cause of separation, because it comes to a point where your quarrels and all can no longer be resolved, and you find each other, no, there's no attraction between the two of you anymore, and you're just cohabiting. And at that point one might decide to go his own way, because you've seen families whereby parents stay in the house and they don't talk to each other for years, and they are like more like roommates at home. They don't use eyes to see each other, and when it gets to that point, and they want to go their separate ways, at that point, there's little or nothing the families can do, because I think at that point they might have tried to resolve issues, but it's not going forward. So at that point, you call it quits, and here in diaspora, I'm not even sure we get up to things like that cause separation. Just like what Chief was saying last week. If you do anyhow, they'll tell you it's noise pollution. You can't even shout. so 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 little thing, they've packed your load outside already, because of course they know the government are giving them upper hand, in this side of the world. And so there are lots of things that causes separation and single parenthood. But I'll focus on this and leave the rest of our guests to pick on other points, and we'll come back to more points.
Okay. I'll bring in Muiwa now. I think I've started seeing some points on in the comments as well, but I'll quickly bring Muiwa to shed more light on what the causes are.
Yeah. I don't want to go back to my chairman Miyake's point again. Let me leave that one. When you concerning the issue of the Western world, because most of what is said, it happens in Nigeria too. I'm from Nigeria, and I have 1 to 3 examples I can give you that happens in Nigeria too. That the wife collected the child and the husband has nothing to do. I can give you 2, 3. I can even bring one of the person that happens to. I have a video that I can show you now that the guy was crying on video, that the lady took the child away. So this thing happen everywhere. The only different thing between here and Nigeria is because there is law here that guides everything. There is law and there's order. In as much as is a woman's country, and as much at the same time, men too, they have their own power too. It's rule of law. If you follow the due process, you can fight it at court of law. I've got a friend in London that they collect the child from the woman and they gave it to the man. He's a lawyer. I can bring him next week. Yeah, it happens here. He's in the UK, yeah, in London. So, but let's go back to what are the causes of these things. The only thing that I can really pinpoint out is that when you're in a relationship with anyone, let's always be sincere. Sincere with yourself, not with each other, with yourself. Before you go deep into the relationship, do your reality check. So we are not talking. I'm going straight on a single parenting that you can afford. I'm not talking of the one that is through death or any other thing. Do a reality check on yourself about the man, about the woman you are dating. Don't do it after you are deep in the relationship already, that you are in love. Because the moment you are in love in the relationship, you can't do any reality check any longer, because there's a lot of things you won't be able to do. You will think, okay, everything will be fine. No, because when the guy tell you A on Monday and on Friday he tell you B, but the moment you are in love, you just say, let me leave him alone. I don't want problem. But the moment there is no love, you still like him, you can do that. And you must always, what we talked last year about family. In every relationship, let's try as much as possible to bring in our family. Family must come into this. It's very, very important, because when things is going wrong, there's people you can fall back to, that you can call, that you can report, because there's no way you won't have misunderstanding. There's no relationship that is perfect. You will have misunderstanding. It's like you report to the friend, that they can call your partner to come. What is the problem? Your woman reports you to me, or your husband reports you to me, that they can call her or call him to order. But the moment there's no all those things, there's nothing you can do when the problem is now getting out of hand. Because everybody they have their own reason of coming to every relationship. In the Western world, yeah, most of the things that led us to all these things is because of paper. We want to collect our document. Then we will promise heaven and earth, I will marry you, I will do this, I will do that. But the moment the paper gets to our hand, it happens to women, it happens to man. It might be the man that has the paper, the woman will promise you. that we don't worry, you are my husband, I love you. By the time you collect the paper, another story will start. It happens so in the Western world here. It happened in Nigeria too. Probably the guy has money and the woman will promise. The moment the money is not available, who to report to, who to even call that this person is now misbehaving. So you must be sincere with yourself when you are in a relationship. Don't lie to yourself. Because most time we lie to each other that you can feel it, you can see it coming. That this person, there's every tendency for this person to take to do this or to misbehave or to go in a wrong direction. But because we are in love and sometimes it's lost, it's not love, we can't even correct ourselves any longer. So it's
Okay,
only
thank you
when
very much.
and we now look at it as we start blaming someone, we blaming each other for it or something like that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mira. We'll still come back to this, but because I saw something, Titus Agbara. Titus is a visual artist. Is one of the very, very respected artists in UK. Titus says, "I'd love to hear from anyone on the show who is really in the category, share his or her experiences." And then I think he's saying, in case we don't have this week, we should bring them on. So please, any of the guests, special guests, please, if you have this experience or you're going through this, you can kind of let us know that it's your experience, because I think the people in the audience, they just want to know if you guys have this experience. And I think somebody else also said it. Does any one of the guests have the experience personally with single parenting? So please feel free, guests, if you are experiencing this or you have gone
I
through this, please let us know, so that just so that the audience will know. I don't know why they're asking, but but talking about experience, I think I've got one wonderful, amazing guest with us, he just married actually. So I am saying life to you. Happy married life. Congratulations, my brother. Well done. And I pray that God bless
Thank
your
you.
life. So I've got
Amen.
David Bobo with us. David,
Yeah.
how are you?
Good
Is this
evening,
something
everybody.
you've experienced? Is that something you want to share with us? I know you just married, so we're not praying for you. I think you just married less than a month. So, but is
Yes.
this an experience you've seen, or you grew up with, or are you a product of it, or what do you have to tell
O-
us?
Okay. Regarding our previous discussion, I I think I my experience is based on domestic violence. You get
Okay,
yes. I grew up in a
which is,
family
I
whereby
think,
my mom and my dad always have this tantrum all the time. You get,
okay.
and most times people think that it will affect kids. Yes, most times it does. But for me personally, I grew up in that family to be a better person. You get, because
Okay.
I have a different ideology entirely. You get, you won't see me emulate what my parents or mostly my dad does in the family. Understand, at home. Growing up, it was ethic. It was challenging, but at the same time, I tried to find my own bidding. You get, I try to find my own bidding because I see that um, as humans, we can easily adapt and also choose to what we believe in. You
Mm,
get, for me, I chose not to be that,
mm,
and at a point in time, I had to confront my dad because I told him that you can't keep doing this. What will the kids learn from you and all that? And to God be the
mm,
glory, it actually stopped.
mm.
You get, it stopped because now you know that this guy is becoming a man. So I think I
He's
need to
standing.
stop this. Yes, I need to stop this. And as a matter of fact, I did this in my teenage. So most time people think that it's until maybe until you get to become a above 20 or become 30 before you can put things in order. I did it actually in my teenage, and ever since then, I've been seen as a figure in the family that could
Mm,
actually pull things through. So it didn't affect me, and as you can see, I'm a lovely person, and everybody I've been with, I actually show that fact that you can be whoever you choose to be. You don't blame your parents for being violent. You don't blame your parents for being who, whatever thing you might think, but you can actually choose to be the person you want to be. without the influence of anybody. That's why most times when it comes to single parenting, for me, I see it as something that you pick it up as a challenge. You get,
Mm.
because everybody has their destiny in their hands. So if you want to bring in an excuse because you grew up with maybe your mom or your dad and you decided to start doing things which is negating to the society, it is you. It's not your parents. It's not the single parenting factor. It is you, your personal person. You get, so that's what me I believe in. So because I grew up in it, I didn't grow up my parents. I didn't grow up with my mom or my dad. I grew up with both of them, and I experienced domestic violence in their marriage. But I actually stand out to be somebody who actually brought peace into the home. So for me, it's all about you, not the fact that you're in that position or you're in that condition, and you choose to be something different. You get, so that's the whole thing.
Thank you so much because the topic we're looking at is the causes, and I think domestic violence is one big factor that can lead to single parenthood. And what you've done is actually what one of the viewers is saying. He says, "I beg to differ that we focus on causes." So this is for you, Daddy Gio, Miwa, because causes are different. I think we should focus on how to deal with being single parent. So I would put your point, David, into this category because you've stepped up as a young person to challenge the cause, and you've made, you've kind of change the course of things in your house, and you've made yourself into a better person just by learning and not emulating and then using that to turn yourself into depression and then going into other vices. But people are different. You've been able to overcome this, and you're encouraging others to make sure they overcome this. So really appreciate, yeah, you're joining us. Thank you very much. By the way, David is an international chef. So if you have any party, if you have any cooking you need to do, just call on David anytime. Please don't go, David. I think I'll bring in Faye again. Faye, if you don't have to go, don't go. I would still like to hear from you, especially with the new,
Okay.
everything going on, just to share the experience with us. Faye, please, do you have any
All right.
more to say?
Thank you very much, Olumide.
Yeah.
Um, causes
There's so many courses. So let's
of
look at courses, and when you say one or two courses, you can also say, or we'll come back to how to overcome it or how to deal with it.
sorry, say that again.
I said when you mention one or two courses, you can also give us an idea of how to deal with it or how to overcome it. Or if you just want to say the courses, then that's fine.
Well, don't worry. I was going to touch on everything, but the courses just get me. That's why I had to reiterate courses. Yeah, like Obo, Muiwa, and Olumide have said. In Obo's case, it could be domestic violence. Like Muiwa said, it could be relationship based on
Lies.
falsehood, on lies or falsehood. You're not being true to yourself. So many things can result in single parenthood. Yeah, there is the aspect of domestic violence. Nobody want to be in a relationship where they could potentially die. So when you die, what's the point, And any relationship based on lies, obviously, when the truth start coming out, is gonna crumble because when you go into a relationship with people and they think you're somebody else, and the true you eventually comes out, they fell in love with who they thought you were, not the real you. And eventually that relationship is going to fall apart, and the responsibility of raising the child or the children is going to fall on one of you. And also, let's not forget people who don't have enough knowledge about, how, men and women, you know, deal with one another, and they engage in this activity, and it results in a child. And and both parties are not ready. So there's that one. And also there is the part of the other one dying, you know. So when somebody dies, you can't go and bring them from the dead to come and raise that child or children. You have to raise them on your own. So how can you prevent it? Sadly, it sometimes is unpreventable. When somebody's lying to you, you don't know they're lying to you. When somebody's got evil plans for you, you don't know they've got evil plans for you. You are just going into that relationship with an open heart and expecting them to be as honest as you are. So, you know, I don't know how you can prevent that. People lying to you, people not being sincere, or the other person dying. The only one I think we can prevent is teaching our young ones sex education, so they don't engage in those activities without proper knowledge. You know, they need to know their body. They need to know what's going on. If I do this, it could result in this. I think that is the only one you can prevent. But when you have already been in a relationship, you totally have no control of what can happen at that point. You don't know if the other person is a control freak. Some people are so much of a control freak to the point whereby they even want to control when you speak and what you say, what you eat, who you see. You know, they just want to control every part of you. And a point is going to come where the other person don't want to be controlled anymore, and they will speak up, and it's going to result in a big fight. And once you start fighting, it's just going to carry on from there, you know. So yeah, that is that. And coping with being a single parent, all I can say is love yourself, love your children. You know why your relationship ended. You should have learned from your mistake. So when you make a mistake, you shouldn't go back and do it again. When something happens more than once, then it's no longer a mistake, it's a choice. You choose to do that. If you keep picking the wrong people to be in a relationship with, and they start effing you up, then that's you choose to be hurt, and maybe you like being hurt, so you don't complain about that anymore. That's what you like, and deal with it. So all I can say with being a single parent is love your children, love them, um get a job that can sustain you. Being a single parent is not enough reason to go begging and doing illicit activities, because you're a single parent, now you're doing this thing. No, that shouldn't be the reason. What if you're in a relationship, the other party was present, but they can't help you financially? So what are you gonna do? Leave them and go ahead and do what you have to do? No. So respect yourself, love your children, get a job, focus on your children, focus on yourself, and enjoy life to the fullest. That's all you can do. Being a single parent is not a curse. It's a situation where you find yourself. A lot of people in the world are raised by single parents, and they are good, successful human beings today. So I don't think being a single parent is a bad thing. It just means the responsibility of two people fall on one shoulder. So it's not it's not so much of a bad thing, if you ask me. It just means you're working double shift. And if you're working double shift, take your work serious and get on with it, and don't mourn about it. And just learn from your mistake and move on. That's all you can do.
All right, thank you very much. We are
Yeah.
another course. Is there any courses you can quickly share with us? And maybe we'll come back later to how to resolve it.
I I don't have much to talk about the course again, but I will just only tell anybody that you are in any relationship, try as much as possible to know the person you are dealing with very well. Try as much as possible to do your findings very well. Try as much as possible to be honest with yourself as much as you can, because we that we are sitting down here today, if any one of us is a single parent or anybody is going through it, deep down inside the person, he will know what he or she is going through. So if it work for someone, it might not work for another person. So like what my brother said now, that he called his dad and he talked to his dad and the daddy listened. Some daddy will not listen to you. So you are lucky that you call him and you spoke with him and he listened to you. Lucky you. That is my own word. Lucky you. Because the only person you can change in this world is person that understand the reason why he or she want to change. You can't change anybody that doesn't see it. That is one thing you can't change for a human being. The moment I can't see that, if I'm smoking now, if I don't see the cigarette is bad, there's no way anybody can stop it from me. You can't stop it. So it's like you go into a relationship now, you know this guy is smoking, and you now say, don't worry, we stop when we get married. You are deceiving yourself. It's either you leave the relationship before you get in. It's either the guy leave the smoking before you go in to that, or you just back out and walk away. So that's what I'm talking about, reality check. Be sincere with yourself. Don't shy away from anything, because once you are in, it's not as rosy as the way we are talking about it. Because I've got a friend of mine we see 24/7 every day, and I know what he's going through. And I've got a lady too that she's going through a lot. She understands. That is why I look at this topic as a very deep one. It might work for others, and it might not work for some. And some people might got a good friend that rally around them, that help them, they don't see it as anything bad. But some people might not have the luck. So that is why once you are dating someone, be careful, do the needful, check what you need to check. Don't shy away from it. The question you need to ask. And if the person, your partner, is not giving you the answer that you needed, please, it's better for you to walk away. It's better to walk away at early stage than say you want to manage it. Or you are looking at yourself, looking at your age and telling me, I'm 30 something. If I lose this guy, where am I going to start from? Start from somewhere, please. It's always better for you to start from somewhere than you are in. A lot of people have died today, and they are no more because of unnecessary relationship, that they don't want to ask questions, they don't want to challenge the guy, they don't want to challenge the lady because they don't want to lose the lady because she's beautiful. No. Ask
Okay,
her. Ask
there's this question. I know as you guys have been talking, you've also been putting, the preventive measures, and you are actually talking about the preventive measures. But I saw this question repeat itself, and somebody was saying, please answer this question. This is, how can we prevent it? You've already said some things, and I would like Miyaki, who's talking about the diaspora. I would like him to tell us, how can this be prevented, especially with the diaspora, and also how can it be prevented, generally?
Well, in my own,
preventable.
I don't really think it's preventable.
Okay.
I don't think it's preventable. So I'm not going to say how do we prevent it, because, well, let's say, how do you help yourself not to fall into it? Because preventing it is something that nobody planned for anything to happen. Once it happens, you're in it.
Mm.
And this relationship, or rather single parenthood, it's not, people think it's choice. It's not really choice per se. It happens, and when it happens, you just need to go for it. If I use an experience, my first daughter is 19 years, and she's in Germany, and she was raised up by her mother alone, and I used to go over to see her. So
please, I just want you to pause. So for our viewers who are saying that these guys are my guest experience, you can hear he's just said from experience, and I think the cross section here, they've got the experience. So yeah, go on.
So I don't really want to think It's just something. And again, if you are going to see your child, at the end of the day, your child is part of you, and the emotion is different between you and whatever relationship. But I'm not supporting. For me, I'm not 100% supporting single parenthood. I am not supporting it. I do not support it in any way because of my culture, where I come from. Is we were grown up to mix up a family. It doesn't tell us one can manage a family. It tells us that one suffer with a family. Because if two brings it to this world, how do you now leave it for one to continue till 18 or 20? I've seen an
Exactly. Somebody actually raised the point. That's from
experience.
in
I've seen an
again for you, Miyaki. She said emotional and financial support is great, but the single parent, man or woman, has the majority responsibility, which is what you are also saying now. Because I think, in a way, what they sense from what you were saying is maybe you were supporting, but thank God you clarified it that it's not as if you're supporting. And I think with what we've heard tonight, some eventually decide to become single parent, but it's not. There's always a reason. There's always something leading to it, right? Right, my wonderful guests.
professional. We have a career. I'm not sexist or anyway. I very liberal. We
Yeah,
have people. We have ladies that are career women per se. That
yeah,
they are much more into the career world than into the family life. They take their work much more priority than family. And when it
yeah.
comes to those ones, they don't mind just being single because it doesn't really take any changes. They know they're on high earnings, they are into the career, and they know that, okay, I just have this one child or these three children. Okay, I'll just put them in school. I'll put them in, I can pay for this breakfast class. I can pay for the after school. Because when we are talking about children here or family, we're not talking about Africa. Per se, Africa, you can take your child and give it to your brother to keep for you and just go outside, or you can do anything. But here, it has to be planned where you have to pay money. So I'm looking at the parenthood of those one that doesn't have a job. You leave a woman with three children, and then you left the house. You're thinking, okay, the government will be taking care of this child. The woman didn't really plan it that kind of way. Maybe she should have loved to work and earn and make life. But you just made that woman depressed, and it now becomes like a way of life, and it's not stereotyped. And the people just look at that person with that kind of life, you know.
Okay, okay. To round up in the next 5 minutes, I just want to quickly run through the Facebook comments, and if any of the speakers see anything that interests them, please stop me as I'm going. I'll start from Bumi. It's not only caused by unwanted pregnancy, but lack of understanding from the two parties. Yes, these are some of the causes. Priscilla, even in the developed world, it's all about respect levels. I think that's what Miyaki too was talking about. My overall take on parenting, no matter who with the kids, there should be good relationship between both allowed. Okay. Teensy, single parenthood has different causes. It all depends on individual experiences, not only caused by unwanted pregnancy. Okay. But what is unwanted pregnancy? Please,
Unplanned
can somebody
pregnancy.
even, because this has come like 3 times. What is when you were what is unwanted pregnancy?
Unwanted pregnancy is an unplanned pregnancy that one party is ready, another one is not ready. It's unwanted. So because both of you have to agree before you have it.
Okay, okay. But
So
is this
unplanned.
Unwanted pregnancy is no, it's not. It's not when one partner is ready. Unwanted pregnancy is when you are into it and you expect not to get pregnant. Of course, you are doing something that will lead to pregnancy, and you are expecting not to get
You
pregnant.
see,
So after you are
the
pregnant,
other
that's
party might be
unwanted
looking
pregnancy.
at
okay?
you that you
So
are
this
mature
The
enough.
person does not.
No, no. Thank you very much.
Kate,
Nico.
okay, let me tell you one thing.
Hey, that
Kate,
that might not be the reason because sometimes you might protect yourself to the T and it will still
Yeah,
happen.
that's 99%.
yeah,
Yes,
it's unplanned
that's
99%.
for.
1%.
You
One
didn't plan
percent.
for it. You are not ready for it.
Well,
Well, whether it is
but
1% or not percent, it happens.
Okay.
So
David, what did you
well,
want to say?
You
there are
understand
other
what I'm
measures
saying?
you can actually use to prevent unwanted pregnancy. By using the normal condom. You get, if you know you're not ready, you should be smart enough to protect yourself and protect the lady
It
in
depends. When
question.
if you are coming from a club now, you are coming from a party. Both of you are on the same level. You don't remember condom.
In the
So
heat of
if
the
let me tell you
moment.
one
You see
thing.
what I'm
If
saying?
if I'm if I'm
At
if
that
I'm
point,
if I'm
at that
dating
point now
if
you
I'm
have to say,
if Kate is my girlfriend now, as I look at Kate as a mature minded person. I believe she can take care of herself. So if at the end of the day she
Sure.
now called me that she's pregnant, it's not something we planned for. You understand what I'm saying? That is unwanted pregnancy. That is where Kasala will
now
burst.
we'll
That's
plan this one.
we did not plan for this.
She
You
said you
understand?
said you people will have to plan this one.
Do you, Mr.
Okay,
Ozzy,
okay. Yeah.
I just want to say something. When you're saying unwanted, I wanted to say if the lady, for example, if the lady is pregnant and tells the guy, I think I'm pregnant, and the guy says, I don't really want, I'm not interested in that. And the girl says, well, that's fine, thank you, I want it. Is that unwanted pregnancy?
No, no, it's,
You
that
know,
one is
you know,
that one will lead to single parenting because
because
she is the one that wants it. Me,
there
I'm
are
not
many children in
ready.
the UK, there are
It
many
will lead
children
to
in the
single
UK
parenting.
here, there are many children in the UK here that I know that you can just be pregnant in London and you move down to Aberdeen. And for the next 22
Yeah.
years, this guy never sees the father ever. And it's just like that. Is that unwanted by who? It's wanted by one. It's not wanted by the
No,
other.
no, no. That one is not unwanted.
Yeah.
That one is not unwanted pregnancy. That one is wanted pregnancy by a party. It's not by both parties. You
that
understand?
one
That
that
In
one is
UK,
wanted
there's no
pregnancy.
that
unwanted pregnancy
pregnancy.
in UK. It's
So
because of the
this
system.
that one
That
is
one is
one is
wanted
There's no
pregnancy.
unwanted pregnancy.
okay. So we'll keep going to this thing. Are children nurtured by single parent due to multiple reasons, most commonly because of divorce, death of spouse, unintended pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, adoption that consequently leads to many problems such as psychological trauma, mental health. Okay. Uh, Charity, many career-driven ladies feel being accomplished is by being financially independent, so children is not their priority. So when they are finally getting, many people feel she's a prostitute. So I think that's with Miyake's point, isn't it? We've got a few hello, but I won't flash that. In Africa, the causes are mainly due to domestic violence and prostitution by man. Prostitution by man, leaving their families for small. Oh, okay. Pursuing other things, pursuing other careers. The okay, I think domestic violence and prostitution by man. So this
It
is
means
most.
the infidelity
Prostitution by
by
men.
the
Yeah,
man.
I know. Infidelity. So I'm just.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. That point is a bit interesting. I just feel we should talk about it because most people feel men are the causes of this thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Olumide,
He said in Africa.
I'm
Where do
interested
you
in this
think?
yeah,
very.
in
I'm
Africa,
interested
yeah,
in
in
this
Africa,
one.
Yeah.
in Africa, yeah,
This
we're
very
looking
one.
at. Sir?
He said in Africa, the causes
Yes,
are mainly
yes,
due to domestic violence and
yes,
prostitution by men. Thank
yes.
you.
It's right.
This is a topic on its
It's right.
own
On
that
its own.
we should leave for another day. But let me just go through it a little bit. When you look at Western world, you and your wife, you are living together now. All the responsibility of the house is not for you alone. That is what I always tell my sister. The moment you get married, try as much as possible. Contribute something valuable to the house. Something valuable. When I mean something that makes sense. But when you look at Africa today, the way our own parents brought us up is all about the men. So that's why the men now in Africa, they treat their women in Africa with no respect, with no dignity, no anything, because you will see hardly you will go to a joint in Africa, a club or a restaurant that you will see husband and wife. It's only the man or the girlfriend. The woman is at home. What are the causes of this problem? Because they don't see their wife as wife. They see their wife as most of them even
Liability.
see their wife as house girl, house property, just be in the house. So that's why everybody in Africa look at it that men, they are prostitutes, they go out, they leave their woman, And I tell them, you can't do it in the Western world. You can't go out in the Western world, you leave your wife in the house because the wife is contributing to the marriage in the Western world too. So you know our values. You can't go to any joint or
Can
any
I
club.
come in, Mr. Muiwa, at that point? Most women in Africa now contribute to.
Now you said now because they are
Yeah.
seeing the consequence.
Even then, women have always contributed to the bills at home. Men just choose not to respect
No.
them.
Okay, why
It's
men
not
can't do it
something
here?
that is just happening.
Round one, five.
No,
Let's
No,
go.
it's not happening.
That is happening mostly in
It's
Africa
happening for
because
ages.
I'll agree with Faye because
Yeah,
sorry,
because
Moi, I'll agree with Faye
it's not a
because
new problem.
my
This is a
my
problem
my
that
mother,
has been going on for,
yeah, I'll agree with Faye.
time memorial.
Why I say we
when,
agree with Faye.
when you are saying about your mother probably will
I
go to
wanted to
farm,
say,
will
but
help
you
your
know,
dad,
I
which
wanted to
my
say
mother
something.
too did.
Wait,
But that does not mean that your dad will not marry one or two or three.
No, I wanted to
It's
say
the same thing
something.
you're saying.
I
It
wanted to
doesn't
say
mean that is why
Miyaki,
even
wait,
even
Miyaki, wait,
in the
Miyaki,
olden
wait.
days,
Let's continue
our
1 minute.
own parents, my dad, marry 1, 2, 3, 4. Other people marry because they believe they are the king. They are the king. But you can't do it here. That's what I'm saying. We look at ourselves like king, untouchable. We are all in all because we provide everything in the house. But the moment you know your wife is supporting you in the house, you will give her that maximum respect. You will not dare misbehave.
Okay, Mr. Muiwa.
Women
Okay, let's listen
still
to Mr.
support
Miyaki.
homes in Africa and they still disrespect them.
Faye, please. Let's listen to Miyaki because now you've got someone to support you. So let's hear
What I
your.
wanted to say when I said I supported Faye was I wanted to use my mother as an example. That my mother was married with my father for 47 years, and my mother was up to school, and was a teacher by profession, and she supported the house and my father is a bishop. You know what to be bishop for Nigeria. So this guy
is a man of God.
And he's a teacher for the government. Who can they support who? So I agree with Faye when Faye is saying women and men does it in Africa for a long time. So I agree. It just depends on the home.
How many wives did your dad have? Sorry for asking you that question, sir.
You said?
How many wives did your dad have?
My dad's father has 3 wives.
Your own dad.
It's coming.
I wanted to give you a link. Say my dad's father's married to 3 wives, but my dad decided to have just one for 47 years. And
that is where you will come back to what I'm saying. You tell me that your mom helped your dad very well in the house.
Very well.
And your dad decided to marry only your mom.
Very well that both of them have a school together close to the house.
Beautiful. The moment your wife is helping you, it increase that love. It will increase everything in the house.
I think we're still back to what Muiwa is actually saying, to be honest.
Your dad marries only your mom because your mom contributes heavily into that, because your daddy knows that if he misbehaves, that help will stop and he will be exposed. That he's not the only one taking care of the house. You are still going back to my own point. Your dad married only your mom because your mom, she's a lion.
I will not agree with you, Mr. Muiwa, because what you said was women don't help.
I don't say women don't. I say go and look the reason why. Most home. I have a lot of friends in Nigeria that they take their
how about a situation whereby women, they help and they still cheat on them, they still treat them like trash?
Exactly.
Well, the way we have been created, they create us like animals. I'm not the one that creates me. I said, we are pussy dog. We chase anything under the skirt. That is the way we are being created. But when you will still, I'm not the one that I'm not the one. Even though
we have a brand new husband in our midst. So please. Don't let him feel this is how we are created. This guy is not. David, are you 1 month yet? Are you guys 1 month yet?
Not yet.
No,
not yet. He's brand new.
Nothing will happen to him. Nothing will happen to him.
Nothing will happen to him.
He's getting more knowledge.
Because we've passed our 1 hour. Let me just keep flashing some of these comments because I want to try as much as possible. Kate, Becky Diamond, God bless you, Kate, for mentioning cheating. Okay. Examples of separation, lack of understanding. I think she wants to say when the couples marry based on research work, not getting to know each other. Okay, I think that's meant to be. So, Mr. Muiwa noted. Mr. Muiwa, I see you. Mr. Muiwa, bam, you're absolutely right. Too many relationships we do not have good foundations, so it crumble. Thanks so much, Mr. Muiwa. Mr. Muiwa, now wow. One of the causes could be negligence when you always fail to appreciate your partner, but someone somewhere is busy doing it. Okay, Alex, David. Okay, so we have to take that on board. Always appreciate your partner. Hi, David Obo. Welcome, Dad. Most of it has to be based on life experiences. I'm actually single parent. Okay. Muiwa, I like your point. I'm just going to flash through these things so we can, if there's anything we see, we can bring it up. If not, that's true, Mr. Muiwa. When your partner is showing some flaws or no call or text, he says doesn't want to have to act out, but you see his post things on WhatsApp. Some causes of single parent is due to some families. For instance, when the man is mommy's boy, okay, a man who can't make his own decisions without seeking for his mom's advice or directives, that relationship is not going to end up well, and as such, it can lead to going different ways. Faye, what do you have to say about mommy's boys? While I'll keep flashing some of these topics, just one or two statements.
Run. Run from mommy's boy. Marriage is about you and your husband or wife.
Definitely.
So when you now have a third partner, you are no longer in a marriage but in a party, and anybody and everybody can contribute. You need to understand each other to have a cordial relationship. But when you agree with your partner and another person is telling them something else, they're going to come back to you and start changing things, and it's not going to work.
Oh
It's
my
not gonna
goodness, somebody just reminded me, where's the link for call? Okay, I will drop it now. I'll just quickly drop it in the comment section. We'll give this call 5 minutes. So this would extend us another 5 minutes. So I've dropped the link in the comment section. You guys can call. Yeah, please, Faye, keep going. Go on.
Yeah, it's not just mommy's boy. Marriage is about, two adults, not children, not somebody that's still listening to other people. It could even be friends. It could be anybody. It could be neighbors. So if you're in a relationship with somebody that listens to other people, you're in for a disaster. It's about you two agreeing on what's going to happen in your home. When the other person is listening to outsider and they're coming back to me, and you see that thing you said, I spoke to Natasha and Natasha said we should do it this way, it's very, very wrong. Anybody that listens to other people in a marriage, you don't want to be in a marriage with them. Trust me.
Miyaki,
It's a disaster.
would you call yourself a mommy's boy?
I don't know. How would I know?
Because the reason I asked is because I've known you for a while.
I wouldn't call myself a mommy's boy because I had the children I had. I wasn't with my mommy then, and I had no mommy with me then, and I was in another country, not even in Nigeria. So I don't think I was a mommy's boy.
Okay. Mr. Muiwa, what is mommy's boy?
Yeah. Faye, I've already said it. Even though it happens to men, it happens to female. So a lot of people, they can't do anything without their mom. They can't do anything. Before they give their wife money at home, they have to call their mom. I want to give. Before if they make love with their wife, they will tell their mom. And the moment that thing is happening, you should know definitely that the marriage is dead. It's a dead marriage, but they have not buy the coffin. They are buried. It happens because both of you are married. It's an independent republic that no country should come in. That's why it's like America is they are having problem, and one country will tell them, will say, shut up. You understand? It's an independent republic that is you and your wife. Problem will come. My new couple, challenge will come. Anything will come. Don't go outside the compound, please. I'm an experienced man and I've been there for years. You understand? If you like and anything, you can lock the door. Don't lay. You can shout on each other. Don't tell your brother or your sister. But the moment you tell them, they will advise you based on their own temperament. And everybody have got their own temperament.
Mm.
You understand? Your temperament is different from mine. Some people are they can easily hear word and they will just keep to themselves. They will not talk anything. But some people they will hear word and they will go. They will say, don't agree, don't accept how she want to take you like a mugu. So don't even go outside your republic, which is your apartment, your house, and always find a means of settling your problem as quick as you can. Don't leave it for too long. Don't leave it for too long. The moment there's problem, face it immediately. If it's possible, prostrate. I'm sorry, please, and use that the most important instrument, sex, to settle most of the problem at home. It's very, very important.
There's this comment I want us to just quickly look at
Yes.
because she wrote a lot. It's quite a deep one.
Yeah.
But then there's what she says. But what pains me most is people judging you wrongly because she's been a single mother for 11 years. People may not know how you got to be a single parent, but all they just know is that you're a single parent. Most of them will even take you as someone that is once married, even without asking. Okay, so how do we face the society, especially within our our African setting, even both in Africa at home and then in diaspora? How do we face this? How do we let the society accept or deal with these people going through it in a positive manner? How do we support them?
Most of the time, you will notice that people who have less experience are the judgmental ones because you do not know anybody's situation and you don't just see people on the outside without going deep into how they got to where they got to and start judging them. You need to know the intricacies, the depth of what they are in before you start judging. And anyways, nobody should judge anybody because you have no idea of what they are going through. And I am going to use the Black Panther as an excuse here. Even though he wasn't a single parent, but I'm just gonna talk about what he went through. He was fighting cancer and nobody knew. And he would have therapists at on set. They will be massaging him, they will be tending to him, and some people are looking at him and wondering, why is he acting like a privileged kid? He didn't tell them what he was going through. They did not know what he was going through, but they just felt he's a spoiled kid until he died. That's when all of them were like, feeling really, really, really bad. And they were regretting ever judging him. So if somebody did not tell you what is going on in their life, you have no right to judge them because you really have no idea. And when you just go ahead and judge people, it's a reflection of who you are, not them. It actually just it's showing you off as a very, very ignorant person. You have to be ignorant to judge other people. And when you are being judged by an ignorant person, why would you even take their opinion serious? They have no clue anyway. So why are you taking an opinion of a clueless person serious? So what I would say to whoever is being judged for being a single parent is just dust it off your shoulder. Their opinion does not count at all. The people that are knowledgeable about life, they don't go about judging other people. If you're curious, ask questions. Don't judge.
Okay, so Rob, shove it off your shoulder. Don't let it weigh you down. Just go on with your life because when people judge you, they they're kind of lower IQ. So that's why. Someone said something. I think I just missed it here. Yeah, how do we overcome? Please speak up. Don't die in silence because to save the relationship. It's better to stay alone than to endure in bad relationship that may end your life. Okay, that is coming from another newly married man. So I'm just looking through. Guys, if you have anything to put up before I end this, you can, if there's anybody that has any. Thanks a lot. People are still living in abusive relationship because of what people will say. You've heard it from Faye. Don't listen to what people will say. Just do what was best for you. Stay positive. Don't feel guilty. Thank you, Peter. I think we've got a lot of comments in the comment section. But guys, is there anybody that has anything to say before we round up for today and hopefully next week again? Because I can see some points. Somebody said, "Who is this affecting the most? The children." I think it will be good to bring the children into perspective next week. But before then, do you guys have anything to share?
I know you said. Talking about who this affect the most, the children. You said we're going to deal with it next week, but I'm going to chip in a little bit. At the moment, I don't think anybody's affected if you know what you're in and you adjust accordingly. It's about being true to yourself.
Okay, I think this is when we were talking of unwanted pregnancy. Kate, anything else to chip in? Kate?
Yeah, just as
Oh,
what
you are offline.
Faye have said.
You are not offline.
I'm not offline. I'm not
Because
offline.
Muyiwa said it that time that people go offline. Okay, we're happy to have you. Yeah, go on.
Okay, just as what Faye said. It depends. It depends on, because this last statement, one of the statements put up.
Wait. Somebody dropped the bomb. Boom. Who will pack this bomb?
I told you. That's 100%. I agree with that Oleruti very well, because
She's an activist. She's a radical.
it's
She's
not like unwanted. How can you say unwanted when it's both way? Even if somebody owns it, you cannot say unwanted.
okay.
That's what I said. Well, Kumayowa was saying unwanted. And that's my point. I was trying to portray that it's not like unwanted.
Okay.
I think unplanned could be the right word. It's not
Right
planned,
word, okay.
but
Maybe unplanned anyway.
Yeah.
But the moment someone wants it, someone don't want it. So how do we put it? The lady will say the father of the child did not collect the child. That is what the lady will say. He said the father of the child did not collect the child. And let me remind you of something. One thing. There's some lady that will use pregnancy to hold on some guys. It happens.
No, it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen anymore. If you get pregnant at your own risk. No, men are not falling for that anymore. No.
It's like unwanted pregnancy has taken over this show. Unwanted pregnancy is something.
But that is now. Ladies have now realized that there's nothing you can use to hold on a guy, because you are going to carry the load yourself. But before they do it, they will say, okay, they are pregnant. I want to see where you want to go now. But the guy will still go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
Single parenthood can come as a result of carefree sexual relationships, like I currently live in an area where sex is seen as norm, and almost all the girls, mostly below 25, are with children. So this is still
the only thing I wanted to pinpoint there, which I did not 100% agree with Faye when they said whose person does it affect most, and Olumide was saying children, and you said it doesn't really affect anyone. I think I'll be going for more.
I disagree with Faye from that place. I disagree. It must affect someone. Someone must pay the price.
I think my choice will be going really.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to explain. It depends.
Someone must pay the price, because the moment there's a mistake in a journey, someone pays the price.
They said when two elephants are fighting, it is the ground that suffers. So
Yes, that's why I
Can,
said it
can
depends.
you expatiate on that, please? They suffer in what way?
good. Uh, well, I'll give you a little bit of experience. Like I've got somebody that did is a real experience in Glasgow, up to 10 years of a what do you call it custody case, and going for every 2 hours every 14 days. And this person really loved the child so much that they were living initially together for like 6 years. So when Muyiwa was talking about the female using the system to actually oppress the male because they have that, they are the one that can be able to bring that child into the world. And most of these people, when you said unwanted, I don't want to agree. Most of them want to have properties, they want to have house. Some of these girls of less than 25 years and 20, they just want to be pregnant because the government will give them house over here
Is it
in
in
diaspora. And
diaspora or in
they'll give them
Nigeria?
money, they'll give them everything. He
They
said,
will give them Kate. They will give them a house in Nigeria.
we, for where?
That's what I'm asking.
For,
You better be sure where you
for where?
are doing
For,
Out in Nigeria for where?
oh, tell me. So you see, so that's why I said it's more focused on diaspora, because a girl of 19 or a girl of 19 is actually out of the house. Over here, 21 years, you've got your address.
Yeah.
So if you can be pregnant and have a child, they give you a house. You have 2 children, they give you 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house. You're not working very well. You don't have a lot of money. We give you more money. It doesn't happen where we come from, and people abuse that system and use
The
it.
reason why it's not happening where we are coming from is because the facility is not available. If the facility is available, you will see worse.
It will still happen.
Yeah,
It is not the system that changed those women. Don't get it wrong. It is not the system of this country.
Okay.
They are made already from where they are coming from.
Another bomb has just come from Oliroti again. So I want us to, I find your discussion very derogative and offensive. No vex, madam.
yeah. That's what aspect now? Can we just say, yeah, what aspect?
She will tell us.
Yeah,
She will tell us. She will tell us. But anyhow, like seriously. See, okay. Just while we wait for her to tell us what she feels, why she thinks. Okay, I think she's back again. Mr. Muiwa is wrong to generalize. I grew up in a family where both male and female contribute to the financial pot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that, to be honest.
Yeah,
No, that is what the discussion we're discussing the other
Yeah,
time.
I know, but I don't understand what she's saying here. Did you generalize?
I did not generalize. I just say it happens.
Okay, guys. I think on this note, we're saying a very beautiful Happy New Year. Thank you, everybody that's joined in. I saw 1 or 2 people trying to join in with the link that I dropped, but nobody did. I mean, the network or something did not allow them. But thank you so much, my wonderful, amazing guests. It's been very fantastic, wonderful having you. Thank you so much for sparing the time to be with us tonight. And until next week, I am saying bye-bye. Thank you and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Cheerio.
Bye.